I was so enamored of the two of you, the way that we really got to see your friendship like it was when you were little kids, and the fact that you
Yeah.
really have grown up together, and to get all the boy stuff out of the way and all the
Mm.
drama out of the way and just be friends again. And yeah, you had a little tiff over the letter and whatever, but there was I loved that you guys on a teen soap opera didn't wear bathing suits on the boat, which I want to hear about how that
We
happened.
won, we won, we won.
You did. And then, well, they did ended up doing the skinny dipping thing, which was also, it was kind of cute though. Come
It's
on, it was
cute. It was
cute.
cute.
And those gorgeous shots of the two of you, this sort of this epic friendship. I loved these iconic shots of down the dock, seeing you guys walk toward us, walk toward
Hmm.
camera, hugging each other and just being the pals that you guys were, the friends that everybody wanted to have a friend like that in high school. And we really got to see that shine in this episode.
Who thought any of us ever texted like excellent XCLNT, like, or great, like
Great.
GR8?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was like, Haley would never, she's a tutor. She would never.
No, that
But
was
then-
a grown up. That was definitely a grown up. Like, how do the kids talk?
The kids talk like this. And then I realized I think they did it to get the Bill joke when you call Lucas Bill, and then you're like, brother-in-law, which I thought was so
Oh yeah.
cute. That was such a major, I feel like, turning point, at least in the way that I remember it. It's a bit of a blur because we did it for so long, but Skills and Bevin start dating, and I really feel like you were so cemented into the show in that storyline for you. And Antoine, what do you remember about that? Like when they brought that to you, when they told you you were gonna truly become, a part of the cast, what was that experience
Yeah,
like
when did
for
you go
you?
from making 75 to like being a cast member?
That was awesome. That was a good day.
Yeah.
No, in all honesty, like I remember it so clearly. I remember when they came to me and they told me that Bevin and Skills were going to have this romance. It's like, it's really hard to process because it kind of feels like winning the lottery.
Lucas tells him that Nathan's working at his shop, and all of a sudden it's like Dan just drops the act that he's had on for the last couple of episodes of being a reformed, formed guy.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy now. And then all of a sudden he gets that and he's like, we're done here. And turns around and starts walking back. Like he's done with the walk, he's done with Lucas. It's just throw it all out. It doesn't matter. All of
I
it's like, but we
didn't
knew this
understand
was
it.
coming. Nobody believed that you were actually changed.
MVP award in my mind for the comedy of this episode goes to Sweet, James, and Brett wearing those adorable Girl Scout outfits, the
How great
leprechauns.
was that?
I honestly, I just want people to do that for Halloween one year. Like, it's such a good outfit.
Yes.
And their sweet little like friend argument, the
Surely
Tim's
someone must have.
vulnerability. People have dressed up as them in those outfits, right?
It was only supposed to be like an episode or two, I think. And then it just kept growing from there. My recollection is, thank
Yeah.
you.
And
Thank
we
you.
all
I did watch
loved
back and I wasn't
having you there.
embarrassed.
No, you're such
So
a
cute. You're like the perfect
thank
guys
you.
girl.
totally.
Thank
And Joy
you.
said it. There's that scene in this episode because we meet you in the last one, and then in this one, we were talking about how cute you were, kind of ribbing Craig about how he called you with this total BS like survey excuse. But Joy said it, when you're sitting in that cute purple t-shirt on the phone, you're throwing out such strong, charming, like Alicia Silverstone vibes. It's so it's like such an iconic energy of an era, and you tapped into it so beautifully. And I feel like that's why week after week everyone was like, how do we keep her here? What do we do?
Felix is Dan in the making.
Yes.
And I saw it in the moment when Felix leaned down and made the choice to lie to Brooke. And it's the same choice that Dan makes when he's on the phone with the doctor and he lies to Deb.
Oh,
Just the same, but it's like, go backwards, rewind 20 years, and you can see how those choices can eventually turn you into a Dan Scott.
Where do you think Karen and Andy are in 2022? Ooh,
Wow.
2022.
2022. Well, their daughter will be grown now, right? She was.
Oh yeah.
The last time I
Lily
went
was-
home. Yeah, it was
Like
she
5.
yeah, I feel like season 5, she was about that age. So yeah, she's out of the house. They're empty nesters now.
Hey, congrats, bud. You did
Well
it.
done. Well done.
Hopefully, I don't know, maybe they're still on that boat somewhere. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Escaping the
right.
pandemic on their yacht.
Oh,
He
How
set up
sad.
like yacht farms. Everybody's doing like, like fruit and vegetable farms on their
Yes.
yachts so they can feed
Sounds
the
good.
needy.
Yeah. Save the world.
and I loved seeing some of these characters' insecurities coming out.
Mhm.
Peyton really trying to figure out how to deal with her loneliness. Brooke beginning to reveal that her nuclear emotion is the feeling of betrayal. And
Mhm.
like when she feels betrayed, everything's off. A little bit of old Nathan comes out when he feels abandoned by Haley.
Yeah.
Is one safe person, and he starts to get a little salty, and he's drinking with the boys, and
Yeah.
you started to see in the cracks of these people, and I
You
like
nailed it. In the cracks. That's what this whole
Yeah.
episode is. It's all
Wait.
the little cracks.
Watching Peyton use her art as protest was fucking sick. It was
That's-
so sick.
That's what inspired me. I mean,
Ugh.
I was like, yes, this is what art is for, inspiring, whether it's encouraging you, whether it's healing you, or whether it's motivating you. It is meant to inspire.
Do you remember when Chris Keller talking about himself in the third person started? Did you do that or
yeah.
did they do that? Like, where did that come from?
Happened.
Because my God, the first time you were like, Chris Keller's tired, I was like, what the? It was
I
so
remember
good.
takes that you would like at the end of the take, you can't even look at you right now. I hate you so much.
I
Like,
hate your face.
you'd be like, they'd be like cutting you like, I hate you. I can't even
Oh
look
my
at
God, we all would.
you. Yeah, I don't even know where that started. It's so crazy. I mean, it just kind of became a joke on a joke of himself, but like such a hilarious character and also such a trope of like early 2000s like misogyny. And so it was nice to like laugh at
Oh my God, that's what Chris
Yes.
Keller is. He's walking
Yes.
misogyny.
it, And once you know it, then you're like, oh, I know what this is. I'm not
Yes.
shocked by
Come
it.
on in. The water's warm, friend.
Yeah.
That
Mhm.
kiss gave a lot of people permission to articulate who they were in their teenage
Yeah.
years or their early adult years. And so I take that very seriously. There is a part of me, like Peyton is like, it's cool. It's cool. There's a part of me that wonders if Jake hadn't just come to town.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like if there had been a vacuum, right? Where Peyton-
interesting.
Like what would that have been? People talk shit about cheerleaders all the time, but there is a life skill that I learned because the focus wasn't on me. The focus is on who's on the field. And it's your job to make them feel seen and supported and to bring as many people in as possible to raise their voices and get involved.
To rally.
And so honestly, like the extracurricular activities I did as a teenager, cheerleading has stupidly become like something that's very important. And it's a big part of what we do. It's, using your megaphone and shining the light on somebody else.
Yes, by the way, it's exactly the same for me. It's the reason everyone laughs about me being a camp counselor. It's wrangling everybody,
You totally are.
pumping them up for the activity, being the leader who gets them there. It's the reason that I so early in the trajectory of our show started doing public advocacy work. I loved shooting those campaign posters.
Oh my gosh, wait, do you have those?
I
Do any of
definitely
them?
have one of them. I don't know if I have a set. I really wish I did.
That's what you need to like plaster your house in. I'm sure your fiance would love that if
Good
there
for
was
me.
just like a whole room
Yes.
dedicated to Brooke Davis campaign.
Yeah, just pictures of me in crop tops passed out over kegs with solo cups.
But by the way, Brooke's a good time. That's approachable.
What if
You
we
know.
have buttons? Let's make some vote for Brooke.
They cut the beach scenes because I guess Mouth and I weren't going any further. I don't know.
Oh, they were
You
testing it out
have-
to see if there was a future there.
I don't know. I mean, we had some chemistry, the two of us, and let me tell
Yeah,
you,
you did.
Yeah.
those lips.
Okay, hold on. Are we gonna play like Kiss and Tell right now? Because I love that game.
I do too.
We've got a big kiss in this episode to talk about too. So yeah, let's play kiss and tell.
Yeah,
Kiss and tell.
because I was like, I'd never kissed anybody on screen before like that.
Really?
No, I'd only just been like, whatever, just speaker and like dancer and like kiss people on the cheek and and then it was just like, whoa. And then we kissed on the mouth. I'm like, and it's called, of course it's mouth. And these are the biggest lips I think I've ever kissed in my life. Like,
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yummy.
Planning a date. And you, by
Okay,
the
so
way,
here's the
trying to
deal.
be cool and being like, that's presumptuous.
There was zero acting happening. Honestly, and like we were such good friends. He friend zoned me so hard, and so I would have to be like, yeah, cool. No, I'm definitely not looking forward to these scenes where we have to kiss. Ooh, gross! You're my friend. But everyone, including Greenberg, knew that I thought he was the cat's pajamas.
I love you, Hillary.
You know, you said something that I wonder how the fans at home are taking it, you know. Oh, you guys used to watch my daughter when I'd go to dinner with Paul. Like,
oh yeah.
Is it crazy for fans? Have you experienced that it's wild for them to know that, you know, in real life, Craig and Paul adored each other, whereas on screen, Dan and Keith were like the clashing of the Rams all the time?
I know, it is really funny, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that, yeah, you can't quite picture that, you know, he shot me and then we went out to dinner, but you know.
But we also loved the fight in the dealership because it was just like 300
finally.
guys in suits, and there was so much like
Who are those guys?
pinstripe and gray
I love
wool
suits.
flying around.
They were Dan's henchmen, you know, his
It's like a
dealership.
Tom and Jerry fight, but with cute guys instead of a cloud.
Guys in car dealerships don't wear suits now. They wear slacks and those zip up fleeces
Oh my
with
God.
like colored shirts.
So we wanted to know what was popular then that might be a little cringy now.
We've
So
evolved.
we've got the top movies of 2005 were Into the Blue, Hitch,
Oh,
The Dukes of Hazzard,
oh, baby.
oof, Wedding Crashers,
Yeah.
and American Pie Band Camp.
I mean, it's a lot of jokes in those movies. It's
So
like,
many jokes in all of these things.
but they're
really-
hits.
They had a theme. And then the songs of 2005, Don't Ya by the Pussycat Dolls,
Oh my God.
Gold Digger by Kanye West, My Humps, the Opus by the
Art.
Black Eyed Peas,
It's art.
Just a Little Bit by 50 Cent, Candy
Mhm.
Shop by 50 Cent. He had a big year.
Here in a
And
moment.
Drop It Like It's Hot by Snoop Dogg, which I
Okay.
will say
Hold on.
stands the test of time. That is a classic.
That one can still get it. He's so likable in an incredibly unlikable episode. So that just shows you how talented he is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was able to ground all of that to make it feel real, that you bought him as a NASCAR driver immediately, that you bought him as the fun uncle, even when he was talking about, you know, how he was divorced from the supermodel, it wasn't gross. It was charming and funny and like, yeah, I've had
It
this
could have
great-
been gross.
It could have been so gross.
Any other actor would have made it gross.
Totally.
I was on the plane from LA to North Carolina and I was going through the script, you know, as you do, and getting ready to go on the show. And I'm trying to get a good sense of, you know, who this guy is. And it just referred to this character as Cooper. And so I was like, well, I need to do a deep dive. And I know that I'm Deb's brother. And somewhere I found the name Lee. And I was like, oh, so the character is called Cooper Lee. And I put that together. And as I'm sitting on the plane and I'm wearing this jacket that actually made it to the show. And the reason it made it to the show is because it was some cheesy leather jacket that I got on Melrose years ago. But the brand was Lee Cooper. And the name was stitched onto the name was stitched onto the sleeve. It said, I took the jacket off and I looked at the sign. It was called the Lee Cooper jacket.
Okay,
And I was
that's
flying over here to
weird.
play a Cooper Lee. And I was like, okay, this jacket has to be in the show. So that's the one that I'm wearing in that episode when we're walking on the
I
track.
clocked it and I thought Andrew did it. That's
Yeah.
nuts.
Platonic friendship,
Mhm.
you could not do that with Nathan. Like, like there are freaking fireworks going off around you two, and you're being so cute with each other, and you're not forcing it. It's not like you're flirting with him.
No.
But get
Yeah.
it.
That's cool.
Get it. Loved it.
And I also feel like it's a testament to the two of you as actors, because listen, the hints were in the script.
he still gives her the Cracker Jack bracelet.
Yeah.
Deb says, you two are going to wind up married someday. And he's
Brett, has your wife seen One Tree Hill?
Never. She will not.
What?
Nope.
But you're so funny.
I don't see it. I'm a one note character. It is.
No, you're not.
You're not at all. You're wrong.
There was no depth. There was no like.
But I don't think that's
You're wrong.
true.
You're wrong.
Have you gone back and watched yourself?
I haven't watched
honestly?
the show. No.
You haven't? Brett, you need to watch.
I think more casting directors needed to watch that damn show.
I know I'm being obstinate. I'm saying you're wrong, but here's why. Let me explain exactly why you're wrong.
Tell them, Joy. Tell them.
Come on.
I've never been one to shy away from an argument, telling someone why they're wrong. God. Sorry. Okay. Here's why I think you're wrong, because there are so many, and we've said this multiple times, whenever you're in a scene, there are so many people who could show up and see those lines on the page and do them one note, one dimensional, with no depth or anything.
She comes in, the first cut to me sitting in the chair, I see her in my eyes and immediately I start to go, got her. Because if I affect somebody and then my character is smiling because he knows I got her. Why would he do anything unless he got a reaction? Everything is for a reaction. And that was the fun part of playing Dan, was I get to make people react.
Yes.
So fun.
I feel like I was robbed now that you say that. We didn't really get Taylor and Brooke together. Like what a dynamic duo that would have been on screen. Those two energies, what a force. It's like everything that we wanted.
Hurricane that would have been.
Yes, because
they were scared of us together.
Because like Nikki and Rachel were such clear villains, but Taylor wasn't. Taylor was like a complicated girl, but she had all that lively energy and she had a little bit of that vixen in her, but she also had this vulnerability. And I think there was a very similar thread with Brooke in that way on different levels, but we could never really get that Brooke partnership of matching energy with Nikki or with Rachel because they were just so bad, and that's not who Brooke is. That would have been really fun.
It would have been really cool.